I want to review the deprivation indulgence scale with you guys. So this should be new for pretty much everybody. I know I've been talking a lot lately about eating for satisfaction and how eating in moderation is actually eating for a feeling of satisfaction and not eating for a specific amount of food. So on the left, we have deprivation, and on the right, we have indulgence. And on the left, it's I have to be perfect or else. So we're eating for perfection. What does perfect eating look like? That's what we're trying to aim for here. And truly, it doesn't exist, right? And then on the right-hand side, we're looking at indulgence. So ruined it and might as well go all out. So that's where, you have the candy bar at lunchtime. So you decide, you know what, I might as well have takeout for dinner too, because I already ruined my day by having that candy bar at lunch. So what we want to do is we want to help you find the middle. So satisfaction. And what that means is figuring out first what satisfaction, eating for satisfaction, actually looks like for you. So when I think of eating for satisfaction, I think of okay, what's on my plate right now? Is what I'm eating going to, one, leave me feeling full for a good few hours, but not so full that I don't have enough energy to go for a walk right now? So it's a balance, right? About that, finding that 80% full. So you're in a place where you're eating enough that you feel good and you have energy to continue to move. And it's not eating to that place where you feel like you need to go lay on the couch for a little bit, right? So when you choose to deprive yourself, you are also choosing to overindulge later on. So when you skip breakfast, that can and usually does lead to overindulging at lunch or dinner. When you save up your calories all day for a dinner party, that's depriving yourself all day long, and then usually overeating at the dinner party and then eating again when you get home because your body still is hungry, and you aren't able to tune into your hunger and fullness cues like you would if you had a balanced breakfast and dinner, right? So when we deprive on a Monday, we might overeat on a Tuesday. So if you're like, you know what, I'm cutting out chocolate, I'm not eating any chocolate this week, and then Monday you eat no chocolate, and then Tuesday you have one Oreo and you're like, well, ruined it, gonna eat the whole pack now, right? So think about how you might know somebody that eats perfect Monday to Thursday or Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday is a total write-off. They're eating whatever they want, they don't care. They're probably overindulging in higher sodium, higher fat foods that leave you feeling not so great, right? So then your gut's not healthy, your energy's all over the place, your sleep's not great. So what the goal here is to have you eating the same on a Monday or Tuesday as you would on a Saturday or Sunday. And that's eating for satisfaction. So not saying, oh, I can't go for ice cream with my daughter today because it's Tuesday, I can only have ice cream on Saturdays or Sundays, right? Saying you can have ice cream whatever day you want, as long as you actually want it and you're actually enjoying it and you're listening to your hunger and fullness cues. So some of us, or most of us even, will start out with all or nothing thinking, and then we'll ping pong back and forth, right? So deprivation, indulgence, trying to be perfect all the time, and then throwing everything out the window when we think we made one little mistake. So what we're doing with satisfaction is we're removing the talk of making mistakes, right? So having a bite of a chocolate bar, having ice cream with your daughter, those aren't mistakes. Those don't mean that you went off the wagon or you didn't eat well. That just means that you were able to have that food as a healthy part of a balanced diet and then continue on with your regular meal plan after eating that, instead of going, well, ruined it, gonna eat whatever XYZ instead, because what's the point, right? So look at your plate this week and this weekend, and I want you to ask yourself, is what I'm eating going to satisfy me until my next meal? Yes or no? How can I make this meal a little bit healthier? How can I add more fiber, more protein, more enjoyment, more satisfaction? Maybe I need to put the dressing on today. Maybe I need to have the dark chocolate square after dinner today, right? So I want you to think about how you can eat for satisfaction now so that you don't overindulge later on. Let me know how it goes for you this week. Let me know if you have any questions. And if there's any food rules that are kind of coming up in the back of your head, like, oh, I can only eat ice cream on the weekends, or, oh, I can't have bread for breakfast, or whatever food rules you're thinking of that have maybe come up from a past diet you've been on, or, social media, or something that you heard from somebody somewhere. I want you to write down those food rules down and then bring them to me so we can work through them together. Because what we want from you guys is we want commitments to what's working instead of rules that mean you can or can't do something, right? So if eating protein with every meal and every snack is working for you, that is a commitment. That is not a rule. That is something that you're deciding to do because it works for you. And if you miss one meal, doesn't matter. Go and add protein to the next one, right? Whereas when we think of a rule, it's like we have to do this or we can't do that. And there's no gray area. There's no room for that satisfaction, allowing you to have, chicken as your protein source today and then cashews as your protein source tomorrow, or salmon, or maybe it's a burger, or maybe it's, something that's less healthy, but still is a protein source. So think about how you can eat for satisfaction. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm super excited to see what you guys do with this information.